What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Week 17, 2021, the final week. We're going to be talking about some of the predictions with the playoffs right after we get through all of this, but I have to start off with the Falcons and the Buccaneers. Obviously, right here, this was a must-win for the Buccaneers, and they went out there and handled their business, 44-27. The Falcons were, a usual disappointment throughout the entirety of the year, so it was just like, look, they're going to probably go out there and give it all they got, unlike the Eagles, and they're going to try to beat the Bucs. And it was pretty much nip and tuck for a little bit. Then Tom Brady just said, you know what? It don't really matter about you dudes, bruh. We out here. 44-27. It's a wrap. Done. Over with. We'll wait to go ahead and talk about what's going to happen with them versus the Washington football team in a second. We have to get more into that Sunday night football game later on. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the Cowboys and the Giants. The Cowboys are a complete... dude, they are an embarrassment to themselves, their organization. Well, you know what? Jerry Jones is probably responsible for a lot of the stuff that's going on, but it was a very, very disgusting display by what they did. And I don't know, guys. I really just don't know. Just looking at it, trying to understand exactly what's going on, it's like, dude, you guys really went out there and just, what did you do? And then the Giants running back tries to give birth to the football on a fumble on a key play when he got the first down. It's wet. Just drop on the ground, bro. Give yourself up, end the game. The dude tries to fumble, then he recovers the ball from his butt cheeks. I don't know how he did it. It is what it is, man. The New York teams, we had the butt fumble with Sanchez. Now this guy's giving birth to footballs. It doesn't really matter, dude. It is what it is. The Cowboys are who we thought they were. It's a complete, it's just hilarious to watch them play football. I do want to be fair and point out that CeeDee Lamb dropped a wide open pass towards that, the last 2 minutes inside that situation where he's looking at his hands afterwards like, oh, I don't really have the football. So there are a lot of things that went on that made the game a little bit more exciting. It was disgusting, bro. It's like they just can't get out their own way. It's a very unfortunate situation that has occurred. And, Cowboy fans, man, like I said, I don't know exactly what they're going to do going forward. I don't think Mike McCarthy is a good coach. That's just my opinion. I think that he's been the benefactor of very good quarterbacks. It's not like he's done something to put his stamp on the game. Like, oh, Mike McCarthy is the reason for that. All he's done is have Aaron Rodgers. He's had, Tom Brady. This guy, I don't know. Well, he didn't have Tom Brady. Mike McCarthy, who was the other one? He had Andrew Luck. He had some other, I don't know. Maybe he did work with Tom Brady. He's worked with 4 All-Stars. I think he worked with Peyton Manning. The dude worked with everybody that's really, really good QBs. That's my point. It's never been anything about him particular that brings anything to the table. So I don't know what the Cowboys were thinking by hiring him, even though you got to get a coach and it's it makes it more sense. It's more sensical, if that's a word, to go ahead and get this guy because he has a ring at least, but not really buying it, and I don't really care about it. The Jets and the Patriots. Look, bro, Patriots are 7-9. They suck. I thought that Bill Belichick would get at least 9 wins and it would be 9-7 to kind of come out and do whatever. They did beat the Jets to end the season, but who hasn't beaten the Jets? You know what I'm saying? They're the Village Bicycle. Everybody's had a ride. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line about the whole situation is Cam Newton going to be playing football for the Patriots next season? I don't think so. All right? I really just don't think that that's going to occur. So, he was all right last night. But again, I don't really feel as if he's going to be back. The Jets, they're a whole debacle. Adam Gase has since been fired. Whatever. We move on from that. Vikings and the Lions. This game was a lot more exciting than I thought it would be. Obviously Dalvin Cook with the situation with his father. Hopefully condolences to him and his family with that situation there. The Vikings went out and played pretty hard, and they beat a Lions team that was playing pretty hard. But Justin Jefferson, okay, that dude is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let me know if there's anybody else that you're thinking. I really can't think of anybody else that I would want to give that award to other than Justin Jefferson. He's been unbelievable. Route running, just straight demolishing corners, doing whatever he wants, realistically, and with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. People don't evaluate that into the situation. Kirk Cousins, usually he's getting sacked, closing his eyes, and throwing the ball up in the air. So you got to also, factor that in. Steelers and the Browns. Congratulations to every single Browns fan. The drought is over. I think it's been since 2002. So what is it, 17, 18 years? And you guys are back in the playoffs to lose in the first round. Look, listen, bro. Look, people can say whatever they want to say about you guys, but you made it. It's sort of like that thing with Michael Jordan and LeBron. Michael Jordan got swept in the first round so many times, but he's 6-0 in the finals. But LeBron has never been swept, and he's lost in the finals. Which way would you rather have it? You rather be beaten and make the playoffs, or just not go? You know what I'm saying? So Congratulations to the Browns, man. Pop some champagne. You guys did it, man. The drought's over, and maybe you guys will be formidable in the years to come. Looking at the Ravens and the Bengals. Now, you know what I like about this? Even though we're going to talk about the wild card matchup in a little bit, the Ravens played their players, and they absolutely demolished the Bengals. Now, I did not see this happening the way that it did because I thought the Bengals over the last couple weeks, they showed, you know what? We have decent defense. We can play football. That's not what occurred in this game. So a lot of us that were watching the game were like, is that the same defense? Because we know offensively they're challenged. Their number one pick was injured early on. We're not worried about offensively. We're trying to see, can you play defense? And they couldn't because the Baltimore Ravens had a franchise record 404 rush yards. So obviously the Bengals have a lot of work to do. And it's not just Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? He's going to rehab. He'll be back. But that was absolutely disgusting. And, I don't know what they're doing. Dolphins and the Bills. Tua, listen, I don't know if it's true about them saying why, it's weird that they had to do something to Fitzmagic. I don't think Fitzmagic was supposed to be quarantined. I think that they just wanted to go because Tua is a guy that is going to be the guy to lead the franchise. Is he ready right now? No, he's not. And there's nothing wrong with that. But after the way Fitzmagic played last week, they had to figure out a way to justify putting Tua in. It just didn't make any sense that all of a sudden, Fitzmagic is, he's on the quarantine or whatever. He can't play because of high contact. I don't believe that. I believe that they wanted Tua to get into this game to kind of get his feet wet and see what's going on. But Josh Allen is unbelievable. I'm just going to let you guys know that. The Bills has finally found their first quarterback since Jim Kelly. Would you guys agree with that? Or, am I going crazy? This young man is going to change life with the Buffalo Bills. And I'm going to tell you this right now. In that AFC East, if Bill Belichick doesn't get his stuff together, the Bills going to be dominating them all the time. Listen, it's going to be like a complete reverse situation. They had 20 years of domination, the Patriots. The Bills are about to reverse that polarity to the flux capacitor. I'm going to tell you that right now because the way that team is playing is ridiculous. All right? Seahawks and the 49ers. Seahawks went out there, DK Metcalf, most reception yards in a season in Seahawk history with 1303. DK Metcalf is real. He's not a guy that's going away anytime soon. And if Russell Wilson can stay healthy, it's going to be a problem. The Niners fought hard. Too many injuries. Too many things affecting the way that it works. But that's just how it goes with the Super Bowl loser. I told you guys that at the beginning. My first video of the year, I told you the 49ers will not make the playoffs because it's NFL history. The loser of the Super Bowl usually does not make the playoffs. And it's a reason for that. You play all those weeks, you go out there, you get dominated, and then you got to get ready to go back. And it's like, it's too much stress, bro. And mentally, certain things happen. People get traded. A lot of weird stuff goes on. And that's the way that history has been. So it's not like I'm predicting something like Nostradamus. I just know it's common sense. They're not going back. Cardinals and the Rams. Okay, Arizona. I don't know what happened to you guys, but you lost a lot of games that you shouldn't have lost. The Rams, they clinched their playoff berth, but defensively, I believe it was all about that pick six in this game. If you guys checked out what happened with it, that was a momentum swing when the Rams get that pick six. Bigger than that, though, I don't know exactly what is going on with the Cardinals and how they can do something to make it a little bit. They're going to have to make themselves formidable. People don't take them seriously still. And it is very, very concerning to me that people still don't take them seriously. And they have immense talent. They really do have immense talent on the offensive side of the football. Defensively, they're not bad either. But they're just not able to put it together yet. Maybe next year they might be able to do a couple things. But, Cliff, dude, you might have to get fired. You might have to deal with everything like these other coaches are dealing with it. And you might have to get fired. It's just a chance, though. Not a guarantee that you get fired. But it might have to happen just to kind of make sure everybody knows what's going on. Because it doesn't make any sense what's happening right here. And something has to be addressed. The Jaguars and the Colts. All right, Colts. Jay Taylor, franchise record 253 yards, playing against the Jags. Jags suck, though. That's the bigger thing about it. Everybody knew the Colts were going to win this game. It's just the fact of, how are they going to win it? And they won it with 253 yards from Jay Taylor, bro. Do what you got to do. Handle your business. I don't know what's going to happen with the Jaguars going forward. Minshew, dude, all right, whatever. It's a whole debacle, it's a debacle over there, man. They're going to have to figure out how they want to go forward. But nothing is really working out for them, unfortunately. So they're going to have to make some changes. Whichever route they decide to go, we'll wait to see how that actually happens. But the Colts look good. That's all I'm going to say about that. Titans and the Texans. This was a really, really good game. And, Derrick Henry went over 2,000 yards. And I want to say something about that. If we go back 2 years, right? when Derrick Henry wasn't even the main guy, and then he just came out of nowhere and just started doing whatever he wanted. This is what happens with hard work. It's not like his potential changed. He just changed his approach to the game. If you look at the way he started to prepare, the way that, his teammates started to respond to him, everything changed based on the way that he wanted to go. And he came out like this dude is the real deal. He's a big guy that runs fast, and he will truck you, go see your moms, and meet you in the end zone. This is real deal stuff, guys. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. To go over 2,000 yards in the National Football League is not an easy thing to do. If you want to pass the ball with all the pass protections and stuff like that, that's fine. This is not easy to do. And that man deserves credit because they were trying to get rid, it was a point where they didn't even want to use him. He was unplayable. And he changed his mindset and put everything into it. And he's playing unbelievable. He deserves credit for that. Because without him, this team is not doing anything like this. Just so everybody knows, Tannehill, No. Tannehill has a free, when he runs play action, it's like nobody in front of him because they're so scared of Derrick Henry. So it's a very big luxury to have a back like that. So congratulations to Derrick Henry. The Texans, disappointing season. It was expected. They got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. They fired Bill O'Brien finally. We'll see what happens next year. Not a big deal. The Raiders actually clutch out a win that I thought they were going to lose. Darren Waller, 9 receptions, 118 yards TD. This dude is for real. If he can continue to play like this, he might end up being that. He could probably. I don't want to say that he's going to be the best tight end ever because it's going to be a lot to deal with Gronk. And also, Gronk had Tom Brady throwing him the ball, and they don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback that's throwing him the ball. But he's so fast and big, he still gets the yards. If he keeps accumulating these yards like that, you guys are going to have to start mentioning him with the big dogs. Just so everybody knows, Darren Waller is consistently going out there, and he cannot be covered. Just so that we're on the same page with that. It's really, really wild. The Broncos, like I said, they have work to do. I think they're going to get better. I wouldn't go too crazy about all the stuff that happened this season, losing Von Miller and all that stuff. Let's see what happens next year. It was also a crazy season. A lot of crazy things happened throughout this entirety of the year. Let's wait to see what really goes on. The Chargers and the Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs are resting their players. Justin Herbert, 31 pass TDs this season, an NFL rookie record. He deserves that record. I think he's going to lose out to Justin Jefferson for the Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he was unbelievable. And obviously, they didn't play a lot of their players, so it is what it is with that situation. Everything else that goes on, going forward is going to be built around Justin Herbert. That was actually one of the better picks that many of us didn't see. And now we're looking at it and it's like, okay, maybe these draft guys know what they're doing because that was a really great pick going in. So they finish off 7-9. It works out the right, it looks like they're going to be a formidable team to deal with because they have a big arm QB in that division. Now we jump over to the Packers and the Bears, 35-16. I'm going to tell you again, look, Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't win the MVP, I want you guys to put it down right now. The NFL is rigged and they don't listen. This man has outplayed every quarterback, including Patrick Mahomes. Because look, I love me some Mahomes boy, but Patrick Mahomes has better weapons. I know you guys gonna bring up Devontae Adams or whatever? No. Patrick Mahomes is surrounded by a track team that he just throws the ball anywhere in the 6. Got Kelsey, the best tight end in football. You could kind of evaluate what you want between him and Darren Waller, but Kelsey is he's so light on his feet and ready to go. I don't think that, it's even comparable. I think Kelsey is probably right now the best tight end in football. All right. So Aaron Rodgers deserves that MVP based on everything that has, transpired throughout this year. Packers clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC and home field advantage after they drafted Jordan Love in the draft. Because that's what I'm saying, bro. And I think the head coach had a lot to do with that as well. But that's besides the point. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is what you should know. And this is why people should understand exactly what's going on. When you look at the fact that, the way that the Packers were able to do it, it is a major issue. This is something that people need to understand and understand thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? People don't value the players that they have, and they really think that Aaron Rodgers is a guy that you could just replace. The dude he's a franchise QB. You don't just replace franchise QBs. And I was very annoyed that they drafted a quarterback in the first round. I just want people to understand that. Don't undervalue what people don't, if you're a guy and you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers, even though his numbers have been down over the last couple of years or whatever, that guy is still something that's not, it doesn't grow on trees. And I think they made a huge mistake, and they could have picked up other things to help the team more, especially with the right tackle, the left tackle being out. Then Bakhtiari is out. He got injured. You could have, done other things. Saints and the Panthers, we all know what the Panthers were. Doesn't really matter. Saints get the win. Let's jump over to the football team and the Eagles. Now, Doug Pederson hates the Giants, but I've never seen such sabotage. Like, this was absolutely ridiculous. The man takes, bro, why would you take this guy out of the game? Why was Jalen Hurts removed out of the game? Why do you not take your field goal? It's just so many things that were going on. But I think what happened was, he's like, look, I hate the Giants, and I'm not going to beat the Washington football team and let the Giants go to the playoffs. People were making fun of him, saying if he really wanted to fix the game, he would have played Carson Wentz. All that is real hilarious, but this was outrageous what happened. If you were watching it live like many of us, everybody was like, yo, what is going on? Because they had the Washington football team on the ropes. Didn't work out. Congratulations to the Washington football team. You got Tom Brady in the playoffs. That's your reward. You get to go play Tom Brady. So let's go ahead and do some predictions coming into, wild card weekend. We got the Colts versus the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills. Not a big deal. I don't need to explain it. Nothing else needs to be said about it. We got the Rams and the Seahawks. This can be dangerous. I don't really know how I want to go with it because both of these teams seem to play each other very, very tough. But I'm going to have to err towards the side of caution and go with the Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks because I think they have the better I know they have the better quarterback, and I'm going to have to base it on that. Now, if Aaron Donald goes crazy, the game can go either way. The game can really go either way, all right? Buccaneers and the Washington football team. Congratulations to Washington on making the playoffs. You will be home. I want to say something about Chase Young, Montez Sweat, all that stuff. Those guys are really good pass rushers, but they come from off the edge. I haven't seen a lot of attack up the middle, and they're going to protect Tom Brady and keep him inside the pocket. So I like the Buccaneers' chances with this. I'll go from there. Ravens and the Titans, a rematch from last year. Now, last year the Ravens were the number 1 seed. Now it's a wild card. This is dangerous, but I have to say that the Ravens are going to win this game. I have to, because if Lamar Jackson loses again, look, dude, you can fail and fail and fail, and maybe that's part of what he has to do, and I think he's going to ultimately be one of the best players in the league for a long time, but I think it's his time. I think he has to go out there and he has to beat them and try to go further in the playoffs. He has to. The Bears and the Saints. We obviously have to go the Saints. We're going quarterback versus quarterback. We got to take Drew Brees. I don't think it's something that we need to argue about. You got to go Saints. Are you going to say that Trubisky is not going to beat Drew Brees? It's usually quarterback versus quarterback. Even though the defense plays, obviously, the Saints defense is unbelievable. They're going to lock up most of what the Bears want to do. So I don't really see anything going too crazy about that. All right. And then finally, the Browns and the Steelers. So the Browns make the playoffs, and then they got to go see the same team that didn't bench him, but they just let him sit. He had to get rest. Big Ben Roethlisberger. A lot of players didn't play. Everybody's playing this week. It's going to be hell to pay. I do believe that the Browns have a better chance to win this game than a lot of people are giving them credit for. Because even when the Steelers played them full throttle, it was still tough games that kind of got crazy later. But I'm going to give the Browns a shot to win the game. I think the Steelers win, but I'm going to give the Browns a shot to win this game. It's not as one-sided as many people think. So other than the Ravens winning as the away team, I don't really see much that'll be going on outside of that. And that's pretty much my wild card predictions, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole season of GmiasWorld Podcast. If you have, let me know about it in the comment section. Continue to be safe. Thank you guys so much for the support throughout the year. I'm going to see you guys after wild card. Until next time, one love, y'all.